Hey, it's late at night, so I'm not gonna make you guys wait until the clock gets down to zero because I also want to go to bed. But nevertheless, keeping up the momentum, daily videos, live videos. Why are they live? So I can get you the information quicker than later. So if you haven't done so already, I'm gonna plug it. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell notification. That way you can know when I go live because I like to do interactive videos. I like for you to ask me questions and answer those questions. So, Chris Jenkins, credentialed member of the media covering the Carolina Panthers. And tonight, because it's late, it's August 26th. Ooh, what day is it? Is it Wednesday or Thursday? I'm working so much lately, guys. I don't know which day it is. It is Wednesday. So, figured I'd do something a little cool, which is what I love to do, showing you behind the scenes stuff that you don't see all the time. And then I'm also going to talk about what was mostly a fan fest without the fans tonight at Bank of America Stadium. So tonight was the first time that I had a chance to go back inside of the stadium. I'm going to share with you what I got to see. Some of these pictures may not be right side up. I apologize in advance, but here we go. First picture. Voila. This is the sign. They have lots and lots and lots of arrows around Bank of America Stadium now. And right now, only the media was allowed tonight, so we had to follow these signs. And media have different tiers in which they follow different directions to go inside the stadium, but that was the first thing that I saw tonight. So got a question, and I love questions, so I'm going to answer it. And I didn't go get my water, so hopefully my voice doesn't go too crazy. Will we have fans at the games? So fans at the games is something that has not yet been determined. That's a lot of it. The NFL is leaving up to stadiums to follow the local rules. As of right now, Mecklenburg County, where the stadium is, doesn't allow for large gatherings of 70,000 people. So as of right now, no. Could that change? Yes, but the team still ultimately has their own decision to make. What's up, Chris Johnson? So let's continue on with this little tour that I have for you all. Next up, as I got a little closer to the stadium, this sign here, and you guys can see they have the stadium pretty well fenced off with these gates that go across the entire stadium so that they don't want you getting close. Normally there's no gate here and you can walk to the parking lot, but that is no longer possible. Next up, as I got closer to the stadium, this photograph here. So you see media check-in is not normally here. I believe this is called, and excuse me, I believe this is called the North Gate, which is off the Moorhead Street entrance, which is now the media check-in, which is also now where media gathers, which is, you know, now where we go. So these are all these signs about stuff you had to read before going up here to check in. What's up, Hubert Wright? Appreciate you tuning in. Trying to give you guys some daily content. And here's the next video or picture. It's a little sideways, but instead of the scan where you have the temperature scan, where they come up to your temple, you had this thing here, which was pretty cool, and it could read you over your mic. So it you just kind of got close to it like this, and it said my temperature was 97.5 or something like that. So I was able to get in. So that was a cool thing that they had there. What's up, One Mike? Glad you're here. Fayetteville in the building. Okay, I see you, Fayetteville. So, hey, love the comments. That's what my shows are going to be about all season long. So if you want to watch/hear a football show about the Panthers where you can participate, make sure you log in and also hit the like button. That helps other people find out about me. It helps me do big things as well. So continuing on, this was my last view before going inside the building. Safety guidelines, big old banner up top, which is telling you about keeping your distance, washing your hands, wear a face mask. And you probably can see on the floor there are some standing points, which if you've been anywhere recently, you'll see those about where you need to stand in order to safely await entrance. All right, let's keep on moving. That's one picture that I forgot to send you guys, but I'll just talk about it. So normally the media is inside and we're in an air-conditioned, basically a huge suite, something that's about 40 yards long, and we got a buffet. It's like a cafeteria, right? No cafeteria, no sit inside, which we don't get to sit inside during Fan Fest anyway. But instead of the meals and things that we normally provided, and I get it, so this is not at all a complaint, they had a bottled water, which they gave us, and a bag of chips. So not a complaint, just dramatically different from normal, but I get it, it's COVID, and they have to take their precautions. So let's continue on going through this thing here. So next slide here, again, more arrows. So I don't know if this is any indication about what things could be like if the stadium were to open. I'm assuming to some extent. But you'll see on the right-hand side, that's where you walk when you're going in. Right-hand side on the way out. So basically you have two different aisles that people will be walking through when they are going to the stadium. A little interesting, a little tight. And now let me get to the next slide. And then once you're in, voila. So I don't know if you guys can zoom in here or take a look. I wish I could point on the screen, but you will see some changes. I'm going to pause for a second, see if you can notice something near the bottom of the screen that is different. All right, I'm actually stalling here because I want to do something on my computer that you guys can't see, but once I'm done installing in just a second, I will show you some more. All right, my computer's going slow, so I'm going to stop stalling. But at the bottom, you can see that there's signs, there's digital signs that are normally where seats were by that goalpost, and then you don't see the wall as tall as you normally see it because you see some little gray area. Basically, that's some more seating area that is now at the stadium for, I guess, soccer. I don't fully understand the soccer thing yet in terms of what all they need to do and why stuff is how it is, but wanted to share that with you all. And again, this is live TV, so I need a second to do something, and then I'm going to be right back with you guys. My second is almost up. And all right, Bow, there we go. So let's go and continue on with this tour. Last but not least, proof that I was in the building. That's me at Bank of America Stadium tonight. Mask on. As you see, there's no other people within, let's see, 2, 4, 5 rows behind me, and there was probably about 12 rows in front of me. So social distancing was kept at a max. You see some camera guys that are up there. So hope you enjoyed that little fun tour about my experience with getting into the stadium. One thing that I could say is even if they do allow fans into the stadium, I really don't know what kind of quality of experience you're going to get. I'm not saying it's going to be terrible, but I'm just saying based on the fact of what you are used to as a fan, being able to be around thousands of other people, being able to scream, being able to slap somebody and give them a high five. No one was near me, and that was by design. They would not let anyone sit near you, and they required you to be in every other row. And you had to have a face mask on. So imagine cheering with the face mask. Now, obviously, if you're drinking and eating, you're going to have to take it off. And I think most people would just keep theirs off because they'll just say, I'm always eating or drinking, so I'm not going to keep putting my mask on. So it was very weird watching the game through a face mask for what was about an hour, for what was about a 2-hour practice. So let me go ahead and get into my takeaways from today. As you know, I try to get this information to you quickly so I don't get a chance to put it in a nice fancy order for you, but I think you'll be happy to just get the information. So one thing, Christian McCaffrey is just different, different in an elite way. Most guys are doing stretches like this, they're doing stretches like that. Christian McCaffrey prior to the game was doing like tumble rolls. Like he would just be kind of crouched and he'd just roll forward down the field. I'm sure there's a good reason for it, but it was nevertheless pretty funny to see. There was noise. You've probably heard about noise being piped in. Man, they play this noise all the time. This is something for me to get used to as a media because I'm not used to hearing that kind of noise during practice. And even when we are at a game, we are typically, even if it's an outdoor place and not a dome, we're enclosed and we can't hear the sound because, we're working and we're trying to talk to the people beside us. So a little different, but they had piped in noise going throughout the entire practice, trying to get the players used to games that they're not able to play and noises that they'll hear and have to deal with in a real game. So they're piping that in a lot right now. Let's see, what can I share? A lot of 11 on 11 things we can't for as team goes. I know they broadcast the game tonight. I haven't seen it, but I was told by some of you all on Twitter that it really wasn't a constant view of the game. There was a lot of interviews. So there was, Joey Sly, somebody I talked about yesterday, didn't have a good practice. And I always try to be honest and give a full scope about things. So guys have good days, guys have bad days. So I didn't want you all to think like I'm saying everything's bad. Joey Sly missed several 50-yard field goals yesterday, had one blocked. Today, didn't miss any. It went straight down the middle. So that was good to see from Joey Sly. All the quarterbacks look better today than they did the other day. Every last one of them, Greer, Bridgewater, and Walker, all looked much better. And some of the scrimmages that they had or verses that they had, all the quarterbacks were able to complete some pretty long, nice, deep passes. Robbie Anderson looked good and quick, and so did some of the other guys. They weren't the high pick guys, so I don't remember their numbers right offhand, else I would share that with you guys. Chris Manhertz, a guy that I love dearly, tight end, he did drop a very good wide open pass in the end zone. So that, continues to say that Ian Thomas looks to be the Greg Olsen replacement, if you will, if you don't slaughter me too much for saying that. He's faster than Greg Olsen. He seems to have some good hands and athleticism. And Chris Manhertz seems to be very solidly that guy that's a blocking tight end. And I say that because, again, he missed a pretty wide open pass that would have been a touchdown during practice tonight. As the units were going against one another, you saw the defense. I'm pausing here because I want to think of how I want to say this. I'm just going to say it. Maybe I messed up. But the second unit defense, it seemed like they had some advantages and was winning at one point during the scrimmage. That's just at one point. F.A. Obata. Got to talk about him because I noticed this guy hustles a lot. If you notice during scrimmages or if you go to training camps, a lot of times the players on the offensive side, they'll blow the whistle, but they'll just keep running for 20, 30 yards. Defensive guys, if they're near them, they'll kind of swipe at them, but they don't go chasing them down. F.A. Obata was chasing people down, or I should say running behind them as they broke through and was running there to extra 20 or 30 yards. And I like seeing that. I like that guy. It just is cool when you see guys and they have a different backstory. Everything means it's just a little something different to them. I'm not saying it doesn't mean anything to these other guys, but you can see that and certainly hope that this guy continues to improve and it would be exciting if he's able to be a pretty impactful player for us. Blah, 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 blah. Skip through the notes. Oh, yeah, there was an awesome interception by, I believe, let me look at the roster. I can tell you exactly who made it. I think it was Corn. I have it listed as, Cole Luke. Cole Luke, God of Blackness on tap. Where you been? How you doing? Hey, I appreciate it, man. People like you. I love all my viewers, but I definitely appreciate how consistent you are, how much you help the cause, and man, I hope it'd be very cool to meet you one day because you have shown us a tremendous amount of support. You are actually my number 2, or the second, I guess I should say, super chat of this season, and I appreciate you. Hope all is well with you and your family. But Cole Luke made this interception off of a tip pass that was intended for Christian McCaffrey that was beautiful. Very good concentration, caught the ball, ran it back. And, I've talked about how Coach Rule has the coaches doing drills and things to kind of tie in like we're all one. I feel like it was two coaches, but it was definitely one coach that ran down the field with Cole as he made that interception kind of in celebration instead of waiting for him to come back. So that was cool to see. Again, I love what I'm seeing from this coaching staff. I love what I'm seeing in terms of things that Rule is trying to instill, and we're going to see how it works out. Let's see. Yeah, now there's one play where Teddy Bridgewater headbutted Ian Thomas like in the huddle. Didn't have a chance to ask, and with us not having direct access to players in the locker room, I don't know how easy it's going to be for me to get certain particular questions like this, but he headbutted Ian, but everything seemed fine. I don't know if that was like a motivation thing where they headbutted, but it was weird. I just want to share that observation with you guys. Number 95, you guys have asked me about this guy the other day, and I told you that I would look at things a little bit more closely. 95, rookie, Derek Brown out of Auburn. Played really, really, really good tonight and had several nice plays. One I want to mention is he had a good, rush, just pushing back the offensive lineman just very easily. Went to throw the ball, he batted it down. He was clearly easily into the backfield. So if you are somebody that has been excited about number 95, AKA Derek Brown, I give you full permission to continue to be excited about that guy. And here I just had some more notes about a nice deep connection. And I think it was, what was the quarterback that threw it? So this was a P.J. Walker to Robbie Anderson, and it was a nice long pass. So those are all my observations. Tonight was a little, watered down because I think it was Fan Fest and I knew a lot would be broadcast. Wasn't able to see a lot of the things that we normally see when it's media only in terms of being able to give you all some good input about player performances. So, a lot of times they're just doing drills like unit drills like cornerbacks, defensive backs, same thing, cornerbacks, running backs, receivers. You can't really say, hey, Robbie Anderson's doing good, DJ Moore's looking sharp, Curtis Samuel's awesome, because they're just doing individual position drills. So I will continue to go to practice and let you guys know as much as I can about what I'm seeing. But what I love and encourage is for you to leave me questions about specifically what you want to know so I can go and get that. So I'm going to get this one question before I get out of here from John Barrera. Do I think the Saints will be able to out-scheme us given Brady's offense is based off of Peyton's offense? So me being very honest, you're welcome to disagree, but I feel like a lot of coaches will be able to out-scheme us because they're just more experienced. And I'm not saying that we're going to forever not be good, but there's just, have you ever done something new and you're good at it, but you went to a different level, you went to a different place, you got a new job? It just takes you a second to learn everybody at that job. It takes you a second to learn the nuances of that. And it's not to say that you're bad, but then once you get yourself together, then you're back to being the superstar employee that you were at the other company. I hope you can appreciate that analogy, and that's how I feel about this coaching staff. I feel like a lot of them are good. I feel like they will have some good game plans, but I just feel like a lot of it's new and you're at an elite level and you don't have all the preparation time to get stuff together. And so I see for that reason, we could have a good plan first half and we're in it. We may be beating the Saints 14-10. And then they're like, okay, halftime we come out and they get the better of us. I'm not saying I hope that that's what it is. That's just how I currently feel. When will it air? Chris, if you're asking me about the practice, it already aired tonight. So you guys can check that out already. I don't know about replays. I'm sure they'll be coming. Thank you. Appreciate you guys so much. Hey, Hubert, I appreciate you tremendously. And John, I'm glad I got a chance to answer your question there. Yeah, we're going 3-13 this year and 13-3 in 2021. Yeah, hey, I hope you appreciate the honesty, and I cheer for this team. Chris Jenkins for Charlotte Vibe. I'm going to tune out. I'm going to sign off. Please subscribe. Hit the like button at the very, very least. Hit that like button. And I will continue to go live and keep you all up to date. Everybody enjoy their August the 26th, and I'll see you shortly.